Welcome, everyone, to Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the home of the Pacers, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, State Farm presents New York's starting five. Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire, they're inside. J.R. Smith out there with Felton. And it's Shumpert in at the small forward. And for the Pacers, Preston Hibbert are up front. George Hill out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's George in at the 3 spot. He kicks it to Stevenson. Good, the assist goes to Hill.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Felton with the ball. Smith outside. A 3 ball. That's good. Smith's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Hill kicks it to West. Elbow shot. That drops. West has got his first points in this one.
Well, good job finding a little opening in the defense and burying the jumper.
And so it's New York with it. Anthony kicks to Stoudemire. Smith. And that one's good.
And you can just see what his offense means to this team. I mean, it's obvious. They really rely on him to score the basketball.
Taken away by Felton. Lobs it up there. And a chance by J.R. Smith.
Well, that certainly sent a ripple through the crowd.
And alley-oop always does that. One of the most beautiful plays you'll see in all of basketball. Yeah, it's impossible not to be impressed.
Yep, very exciting play to see that.
Especially when it ends with that big slam like that one.
And a high-scoring first.
4, 7.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
And a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
So with Stoudemire sitting on the bench, here's who Mike Woodson's going with. Up front, it's Carmelo Anthony and Tyson Chandler. Felton is out there with Jason Kidd, and it's Novak in at the 3 spot. It's taken away by Smith, and here we go, Anthony heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Anthony's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Knicks. Knicks on defense. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Here's Hill. Leads him in there. Here's Hansbrough. The shot is off. Chandler with the defensive effort. And now the Knicks on the break. And then Smith with the dunk. 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Kidd against Hill. He dishes it to Stevenson. Pass to Granger. Backs him down with the fadeaway. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first half is now in the books.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
This is 2K.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You have to like what we're seeing from J.R. Smith.
That's one thing to get to the rim, and it's another to finish when you get there. I mean, he's done both so far.
He's done a great job of being able to complete plays at the rim, finishing drives nicely.
Preston Hibbert are up front. Lance Stevenson is out there with George Hill. And it's George in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Here's West. And a foul call on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And for my money, guys, David West is really the epitome of an old school player. His game is old school, low to the ground, tough, physical, no nonsense. He's a power forward that's a throwback, but he also has great touch out to 18 or 19 feet.
Stoudemire outside. Outside, Felton. Now the feed to Carmelo. Shumpert back to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Over West. And there's another one for the Knicks.
Another bucket there, trying to extend this lead, guys.
I like what they're doing. I mean, putting together a run here, building that lead. They could get to the finish line comfortably.
Hill against Felton. West setting the pick for Hill. Dishes it to West. And it's blocked by Stoudemire. Smith for three. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And I know some people are still opposed to using replay in situations where the call doesn't have a direct effect on the outcome of the game. But I think it has to be used if there's a questionable call, no matter what it is.
Now, I understand the argument against it. It does interrupt the flow of the game a little bit, but it's hard to stand by and simply let an incorrect call stand.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks lead by 12. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. So as we get rolling here in the fourth quarter, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Uncontainable game. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, J.R. Smith has had an uncontainable game in this one. There is no question that he has been the player who has come up with all the big plays for his team so far. Can he keep it going?
Doris thanks. His first three quarters have been outstanding.
But he's put so much energy in those first three quarters, Kevin. You wonder, does he have anything left in the tank to keep it going in the fourth?
You know what, Steve? I'd be surprised if there's any drop-off here. As hot as he's been, he should be able to just ride that wave of momentum and adrenaline for as long as he needs to.
A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And New York, looking at who they've got. Up front, it's Carmelo Anthony and Tyson Chandler. Felton is out there with Jason Kidd, and it's nobody.
Up high and down hard. That's right.
That's right. You use it, brother.
Magnificent and exquisite, all rolled into one.
How about we throw a little stupendous in there, too?
You know I like that.
I'd say spectacular, too.
The shot is off.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
So no problem for New York as they get the win.